This is the Wicked Problem Project for Brian Jinks. I work for MSU and support web-based business software for approximately 10,000 faculty and staff users who come to MSU from across the U.S. and around the world. The problem I am addressing is that our current technical communications for accessing and using our software are text-based and located directly on or by links from an MSU support website. While most of these technical documents contain some screen images of what the user will see, MSU support areas are still receiving large volumes of calls and emails from users confused with a process workflow or that have issues and don't know how to resolve them. My solution to this problem? Create a vodcast. Vodcasts are narrative videos that are used to show complete, step-by-step instructions on the processes and technology that MSU receives a large amount of user inquiry on. I use Jing, a free tool from TechSmith, to create my vodcast for this project. This tool can create narrative video sessions up to 5 minutes in length. This initial vodcast covers Adobe Reader, an integral software that is used to interface with MSU's business software. My Wicked Problem project covers Adobe Reader use, how to download it, confirm its version as one that's compatible with MSU's software, and configuring it for optimal use and performance. The vodcast will supplement MSU's existing text documents and provide an alternate method to deliver content to MSU software users, many of whom may have a different primary language other than English, may have a different learning style, or do not possess a strong technical background or experiences to assist them. Less support calls and a reduction in the opening of help desk tickets would all be indications that this solution is successful. The vodcast will be accessible from the MSU support website, which is available to all users that have an internet connection. No special sign-on process is required. I selected a vodcast because it provides multiple modes of content representation. Through the use of video, images, and audio narration, it provides an immersive medium that engages a larger number of learners and can be an accessible technology for users with learning, audio, or visual impairments. By role-playing a user, I can demonstrate context-rich problems and solutions that are commonly experienced by MSU software users. And by teaching with visualizations, these viewers are provided an inductive method of experiencing the individual steps that make up a process and seeing how their system should respond from an operational and performance perspective. My vodcast was viewed by my direct manager and director, by the communications team lead, and by an analyst who received support calls and tickets related to MSU software. These reviews were needed to ensure I was covering all necessary content and that I wasn't displaying any sensitive material of MSU or our application vendors. The reviews led to requests to add additional content on Adobe Reader installation instructions and a slower pace to the narration. Because of Jing's 5-minute recording limit, I had to remove a section on common issues and resolutions that I was planning on covering, and added an additional agenda and what you learned slide to the presentation to assist the viewer in what content was provided to them. I also created a questionnaire on SurveyMonkey that features 12 question statements to get viewer feedback on the vodcast, such as how the content was featured, the pace of the presentation, and recommendations for improving it. Questionnaire results will be used to edit the current vodcast and shape the way future vodcasts are created. I was surprised at how well received this solution was. The communications area had already begun internally discussing how to improve their communications, and my WPP gave them the direction, technology, and finally the push to get their process started. The MSU areas that are automated under our current MSU business software solution have been sending me inquiries asking me how I can make vodcasts for their topics, and approval has been given to me to start creating additional vodcasts for our business software. I quickly realized that the Jing tool could not be a long-term solution for creating vodcasts due to its recording limit. The communications team has recently given me a licensed copy of Camtasia Studio 6 to use going forward, and my first task will be to re-record my Adobe Reader vodcast so that I can include the parts I originally had to remove due to Jing's time limit. I also recognize that because of how quickly software and related technologies change, I will need to schedule regular review of the vodcast to ensure the content is current and accurate. To support the introduction of my vodcast, the communications team has begun updating the layout of the MSU support website to be more content driven. When a user needs help on a specific software or process, there will be a web page devoted specifically to it, and it will contain all the text, links, and videos in one location. When specifically clicking on a vodcast, it will launch a web page with the embedded video and a link with instructions to the questionnaire. Once the website changes are complete, we will release my Adobe Reader vodcast and send a communications to MSU regarding it and the related web changes. I expect that this will happen sometime the month of May. The vodcast will be saved in high definition MP4 format, which is accessible by mobile devices in addition to PCs and laptops. We will include a link to a free MP4 viewer download if this is needed by the viewer. Finally, I will be holding a meeting with the communication team and all MSU team members that have expressed an interest in having their content represented in the vodcast. We will create a strategy for the ongoing planning, storyboarding, creation, testing, and releasing of vodcasts so that we can follow an agreed upon practice in order to design vodcasts for our end users that are both consistent in their appearance and approach. I truly feel that targeted vodcasts with short viewing durations of 5 to 10 minutes will be well accepted by our MSU software users. By providing content on common issues and practices, it should also free up time spent by the technical resources that support these users, allowing them to concentrate on larger, more involved support tasks, or being able to assist on other user issues much more quickly than they could have in the past. There will be a small learning curve while users become accustomed to the new support website design, but long term it will be much easier for them to search and find information on the topics they have questions or issues with. While the Wicked Problem project task stretched out over several weeks, the resulting vodcast solution should benefit a wider range of MSU business software users. I would not be surprised to find out that I end up creating 20 or more vodcasts once all recommended topics are covered. I've enjoyed learning and using both Jing and Camtasia Studio to create and edit my videos, and will continue to monitor for related video presentation software for possible future use.